Purposes and the objectives of life are basically subject to the social conditions that what we have to understand, right? But the thing which we need to understand that we should never ever relate our passion with the money that it basically it earns, right? Your passion for work is never connected to the amount of money you basically receive and obtain from that profile or from that passion. Because the time you do this connection or make this connection between your passion and the money from the passion, I think it becomes then very difficult to basically go along with this passion. And once your passion dies, just because of this very notion that money is not sufficiently acquired through that passion, maybe you don't give much priority to money, but just because of the societal pressure on you is so much massive, then you start thinking in that way. And thereafter comes a problem in your life. So the first thing that the candidate or the youth should do in this, that they must not associate and they should not try to make an affiliation between your passion and the money.
Going for a job should not be based on the influences which we
Right.
are which we have, right? Because people will be telling you the things as per their own tastes, as per
Right,
their
right.
own, you can say, experiences, but they will not fit you, fit,
Right.
because you will not fit into all these things, because you are different and you know what your strength is, what your weakness is. And job involves all these things.
Right.
You should be knowing that
Hmm.
whether I have all the skills, all
Hmm.
the makings which are going to benefit me
Hmm.
if I go for this job. Otherwise, I will not be able to do justice to myself.
Right.
Ravan, it's been seen that people are studying. I mean, all the students are studying, and they always find it difficult to land themselves a good job, the job which they're passionate about, the job which might pay them well. Why does it happen? This is something which we have to talk about. Why do students fail to land themselves a dream job? Uh, they're well educated, they're well qualified, but they don't know what they're lacking in, and
Hmm.
that is a kind of hindrance in the way, and that
Hmm.
is stopping themselves from
Hmm.
reaching their dream job. So we'll be talking this in detail. So first, you shed some light on it so that we can start the conversation.
Okay, so let's begin with this minimum clarity on the topic. We are basically here to talk about the basic problems
Hmm.
which basically start surfacing in the mind of all those candidates who are applying for certain kind of jobs profile, right?
Hmm.
And the time when they land in their jobs, initially or soon they being a part of that company or a job or a particular project, they really find themselves to be trapped, especially in the environment of the company or the burden that has been put on them, right?
Hmm.
So the kind of growth they were expecting from them exactly hits them hard, which means they really don't perceive that in literal terms.
Hmm.
So thereafter they start hating their jobs because they are abhorring such kind of culture. Many
Hmm.
people and many candidates really don't like certain profiles, certain designations, even when they are paid enough. But as long as they are not having a space for themselves to showcase their skill for which they were basically seeking a part, especially in the company. So in that cases, there comes a question: what are those things which one must be at least cognizant enough
Hmm.
before they basically, going for an interview or seeking for a job in a particular company or
Hmm.
for a particular project? So the discussions will be revolving around all those essential points, which one must, be always be concerned about, because these are essential, which are not compromising in nature. Even your economic aspect could be compromised on certain terms,
Hmm.
but these are not compromising, because if this starts compromising, it really makes you feel restless. So your perspective, your future perspective somewhere gets brutally hit, by this overall kind of attitude. So let's begin this discussions telling all those important essentials as to what a candidate should be carrying with himself while landing in a job or while applying for a job, so that uh, he or she could avoid the risk uh, of being trapped into the environment of the company, or to be laid off in the future from the same department, as what usually happens with most of the employees in most of the technical sectors, right? So let's see how it goes.
So first of all, a person must know what the dream job is, because generally people say that I just want to land myself a good job and a job which I'm dreaming about. So first of all, it has to be very, very clear in a person's mind that what they think a dream job is, right? If somebody asks me what job I would call a dream job for myself, I would say a job which gives me satisfaction, a job which gives me exposure to learn more and more, and the job which uh, gives me good salary, because that is also everybody is working very hard to get paid
Right.
well, right? So this is what my opinion is. What do you think what a dream job is for a person, for a particular person?
See, I think it depends on people's approach towards life,
Hmm.
because some people are quite fascinated about the concept of money.
Mm-hmm.
So for them, money is equivalent to job is equivalent to money.
Yes.
So as long as they are paid enough in a particular company, they are all okay with the companies working. However, it has been seen quite often that even some employees getting sufficiently paid, but they are not, satisfied.
They don't get a kick out
Yes,
of the job.
kick might be something which is a missing essence.
Hmm.
But apart from this, these people really don't get, the kind of stability, especially in the
Mm-hmm.
job. Stability refers to the kind of inner peace,
Mm-hmm.
or your, future survivability in the same office, in the same company, because,
Mm-hmm.
we humans always being, uh, replete with the feeling of, financial security, right?
Mm-hmm.
We
Yes.
always seek for this financial
Yes.
security, because your social security depends upon how your financial security is.
How sound you are from
Yeah,
financially.
obviously. And your job is the only option that really makes you feel comfortable being a
Hmm.
part of the society, right?
Hmm.
So, as I told you, that some people really give much preference to money.
Hmm.
But does it mean that money is the only factor which really governs the very overall mindset of a candidate before they take part in this interview process? Probably not. Because these days, what we see, many candidates are highly creative, and they really want to connect themselves to a company through their creative skills rather than opportunity for earning more.
Hmm.
Because what if that if you gain a lot of money from a company, but you are not exposed, especially on the project where your skill is not properly utilized,
Hmm.
then you are internally suffocated, right?
Yes.
So at the end of the day, you have to suffer, especially within the job profile or within the
Hmm.
designation that have been commissioned to you.
Hmm.
So I mean, the fact which we must not forget here, especially before we go and try to find out our job, which basically is of our liking, that first we should not be bothering about money. Yes, money is also a very crucial factor, but we must be little bit balancing.
Hmm.
Balancing means that as long as our general expenses are being taken care of by the month salary that
Hmm.
has been decided, especially by the employer, and as long as you are given opportunity to showcase your skill for which you are employed for a particular designation,
Hmm.
then according to me, it is an icing on the cake. And this is basically the parameter should be applied by most of the candidate for applying, especially in the company for the job purposes, right?
Hmm.
So, job, or you can say most the kind of job you say, dream
Dream job,
job,
yes.
is all to maintain a balance between your financial security and your skill on the basis you have got that job. So there should be a striking balance between the two. And if you can do that in a particular job, that will be your dream job, according to me.
Okay, so you want to say that people may differ in terms of, especially when we talk about dream jobs, so their opinion may be different because a lot depends on their purpose, the
Right.
purpose they have been carrying, and the intentions. And as you said, that if they are giving too much preference to money only, then for monetary gains can be can give them, can decide that this is a particular job which they're looking for if they're
Right, right.
getting paid well, and if they're being able to utilize their skills, and if they're willing to sharpen up their skills, then a lot depends on their intentions, right?
Yeah.
So the next thing which we have to talk about is, tell me, what are the common mistakes that people make which cause them to lose out on the opportunities of getting a well-paid job, or their dream job? What are the common mistakes which they make?
There may be several such common mistakes, but what which is basically notoriously common among many candidates is that many candidates uh, select their job or their designation not according to their skill, but to the kind of social standard has been imposed on that candidate as to what exactly a dream job is, and accepting that total standard following the same
Or
dream.
they may be trying to match with somebody.
Yes, this is what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
So some people who are really acknowledged personalities or dignitaries of a societies, they often come out with certain statements. These
Mm-hmm.
statements really mean a lot because it gives or makes a huge impact on the mind of people,
Yes.
and they also serve a kind of notion of people. For example, some few people who really hold a good authority in their hands, and they are basically the decider of a society. They actually determine where the society should go. According to them, what a dream job is, right, is basically decided and accepted by most of the common employees or most of the common candidates.
Yes.
And if these candidates can really judge this very entire scene before them,
Mm-hmm.
could target it, they could certainly find out that the jobs that they were looking for, the jobs that they were calling dream jobs, are actually not dream jobs. These may be dream jobs, but only for those handful people, but not
Yes.
exactly for all. Secondly, when you don't seek in you as to which is your expertise or which is your that particular skill that has to be taped, right,
Mm-hmm.
then in that case I think you certainly can have a lot of opportunities if you can really figure it out, according to
Mm-hmm.
me. So in nutshell, I would say that if you can recognize, if you can realize what exactly your skill is.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, you are not going to be bothered about what people say about the dream job. Third important thing, you should not be following the ideas of other. You should not be following the jobs of other. Example, many people from the villages right now have jumped into this preparation of UPSC
Yes.
examinations, spending
Hours
lakhs
and
of
hours.
rupees.
Yeah.
And I'm not even including the precious time hours, which could
Mm-hmm.
be invested into some rightful purpose. See, UPSC examination cannot be undermined in that way. So my way is not my mean. This what I'm saying is not for insulting the UPSC examination. What I'm saying is that UPSC examination is not for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It is only for those who are basically inclined towards the job and
Mm-hmm.
they have their inner call for doing the
Mm-hmm.
services,
Mm-hmm.
rather than the category or the community which has been convinced by a
Mm-hmm.
hard work by large of people
Mm-hmm.
through their statement that UPSC good examination, and therefore they have begun this preparation. Otherwise, they didn't have their personal inclination towards the UPSC examination. So, for example, you are an English teacher, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is your dedication.
Mm-hmm.
So you opted for this particular profession not of a certain imposition of
Yeah.
belief, certain ideas on you that this
Mm-hmm.
is particular profession which is basically a highly reputed profession or something like this. it was your inner call right
Yes.
in the beginning, and therefore you basically finalize this as a career option, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you are doing it with full passion,
Mm.
even if you are not okay with sometimes the money or the salary you receive from that job over a month,
Mm.
then itself, even then you are quite okay, because at
Yes.
least you are doing your job which you
Mm.
really liked a lot.
Mm.
So
Yes.
all these factors play a very crucial role. However, these are very subtle and fine. But if one is really deep inside and very calm and serene, I think could really look at all these things and can find out
Mm.
where the happiness lies, and accordingly they can find a job.
Mm. You simply want to say that going for a job should not be based on the influences which we
Right,
are which we have, right? Because people will be telling you the things as per their own tastes, as per
right,
their
right,
own, you can say experiences, but they will not fit you, fit
right,
because you will not fit into all these things because you are different and you know what your strength is, what your weakness is, and job involves all these things.
right.
You should been knowing that
Hmm.
whether I have all the skills, all
Hmm.
the makings which are going to benefit me
Hmm.
if I go for this job. Otherwise, I will not be able to do justice to myself.
Right,
Right? As you said that you talked about UPSC, so it has got certain criteria, and if you don't match that criteria, you may be trying, but you will be failing, and you will be losing very precious time.
right,
You may be very successful in certain other fields because you have got all those qualities which can be utilized in that particular field, but here you cannot actually do yourself
right,
any justice.
right.
So the next thing which we have to talk about is tell me what is good about building your own brand, because there is a platform called LinkedIn, right? You will find all the job seekers, all those who are professionals are there, and they're building the brands, and this is how they get the clients, this is how they get the business. They just showcase their skills over there, they let people know what they are able to do and what they can do best, right? So do you think that there is a benefit of building your own brand, and if there is any, then in what way people can get benefited from it?
Okay, building self brand also means that to minimize the hardship,
Hmm.
especially in the course of finding job.
Hmm.
How? When a candidate strives for a certain job or certain designation, we all know that unemployment is at its peak now.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And for one single positions, there are lakhs of
Lakhs of, yeah,
appointments,
yeah.
right? So here one has to be a little bit standing out of the line.
Hmm.
One has to reduce a certain hardship on his part. How it could be possible when the candidate acts proactively. Now, this self-building plan is a
Yeah.
proactiveness of
Yes.
that candidate.
Hmm.
So, for example, we are now connected through digital mediums.
Yes.
So it is not just you have to showcase your skill, your overall talents.
You have to
When you
perform as
meet with
well.
someone,
Yeah.
when you especially landed in a particular interview room, you are having your devices in your hand, you have your room, and you can just display all your talent,
Mm-hmm.
even by creating your channel,
Yes.
even through writings, by participating in different kind of activities,
Yes.
debates and discussions,
Yes.
to basically display where do you stand. So all are these things basically are all exposed to all those employers, right? For
Hmm.
example, if one has to go for an interview, and apart from the resume he is carrying, he has a big amount of
Mm-hmm.
digital experiences through his interactions with different people,
People, yes.
through the comments he received in thousands and millions, especially on his one post or in his discussion or debates where he actually extended some of his arguments, which was really appreciated. So when you expose yourself through digital medium, you basically open up more opportunities for you. Moreover, you minimize the competition for yourself,
Yes.
which means your credibility, somewhere
You build your
enhanced.
credibility.
Yes, building credibility is the outcome
Yes.
of this digital participation, right?
Yes.
So I think this has been very popular these days. So, for example, these days we really don't need to carry resume all the time.
Yeah.
Your account in your YouTube or your WordPad, whatever you write, or if you are a freelancer,
Mm-hmm.
then all are these credentials which basically are with you.
Mm-hmm.
And people's liking about your credentials, people participating in their own discussions or debates, whatever the skill you have displayed or overall connectivity you have gathered throughout, I think play a very crucial role in this entire part. So building self brand is basically doing, self improvement. So even when you don't get jobs, see, I mean, look at the hidden opportunity also.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, I really want people not to miss that hidden opportunity. So it is not just for helping you to get jobs earlier or reducing some hardship, but it is also making you a brand which is itself a scope of earning. If really
Mm-hmm.
earning matters a lot for the
Mm-hmm.
candidates, then you becoming brand equals to you are also having an opportunity for money. For example, we have thousands of YouTubers now
Mm-hmm.
whom's credentials, whom qualifications have not been checked yet,
Mm-hmm.
but still they are earning in lakhs and crore rupees, and in fact their names have been, I think, declared even through the different stages or the
Mm-hmm.
platforms by the ministers of the BJP party or by some highly educated people.
Mm-hmm.
They have considered them, something because
Yes.
they were the influencers. They
Mm-hmm.
influenced the large mass of the people, right?
Mm.
So I think your talent will always be there if
Yes.
you do that. So building self brand is really a benefiting act, because in this way you do a self benefiting, and thereafter you become a complete individual personality,
Mm-hmm.
and then you are not relied on anyone, right? So if you don't get job in future, you're not going to bothered about it.
Mm.
So what is the problem of creating self brand?
You simply want to say that earlier we used to carry the resume. We would write all the skills we used to possess
Right.
and all the things which we had done. I mean, all the achievements. But nowadays, as when the corona hit and people came online, they are now on digital platforms. They started showcasing their skills. And now you can see that everybody is doing things practically. You can see so many thousands of emerging YouTubers are there, right?
Right.
Because they got this opportunity to showcase their skills, and for this they don't need any kind of approval, because
Right.
nobody has to say that this person is able to do and this person is not, because they should not be carrying any
Right. Right.
any resume, because they are doing everything practically. And if they're not able to do, then it's really very difficult to speak in front of people.
Right. Right.
And if they're able to speak without taking many cuts, without taking any many pauses, it means they have got certain abilities, they have
Right.
got
Right.
some capabilities. So this is what helps you build your own brand, right? For example, we can see that many there are many other platforms like TEDx is there, and one more is there, and I've forgotten the name of that platform. It is Josh Talks is also there,
Exactly.
right? People get opportunity,
Right.
and once you've been there, I don't think that you should be carrying your resume with you, because
Right.
that's the living testimony,
Right.
right? And you don't need any other certificate
Right.
for that. So the next thing which we have to talk about, this is last but not the least. Tell me, what are the steps which people should take? I'm talking basically about the students, because we are talking about lending themselves a good job. So how can a person develop a winning mindset, and what kind of steps they should be taking to be able to build this winning mindset? Because your mindset plays a vital role when it comes to lending yourself a good job or
Right.
dream job. And if you have that negative mindset, chances are
Yeah.
you will fail. But if you have that positive mindset, how do you become positive? Because you've done something, you worked really hard, and now
Right.
you're confident enough that yes, I can do that. But you haven't done anything, then you will definitely become negative.
Right.
So
Right.
what are the steps that people should be taking, and what is the role of having a winning mindset?
Okay. See. Let me begin with one essential uh, part of learning, which I still believe could be crucial, especially in making candidate uh, landed, especially land on the dream jobs.
Mm-hmm.
They must be first able to make a distinction between money and money carrying happiness, or the job which they are seeking for,
They
right?
should not be seeking the job, they should be seeking the purpose.
Yes, yes, obviously. See, purpose in the beginning might not be very
Yeah,
easy
yeah,
for the candidates,
yeah, because
right?
they haven't experienced it.
Purposes basically are volatile in
Mm-hmm.
nature
Mm-hmm.
because it keeps shifting,
Mm-hmm.
and the the particular event that shifts this very purpose
Mm.
is that the social conditions that
With
develops, right?
age and experience,
Age
a
and experience
purpose.
as well as the social
Mm.
conditions. So, for example, what we have seen in last just 3 or 4 years, ever since uh, this chat GPT
Mm.
came into existence,
Mm.
many of the businesses, many of the profiles almost are now on the verge of losing its
Existence,
obviously. Why?
their extent.
Because the same work is being I think extended or advanced by the ChatGPT services, right?
Mm-hmm.
So many people had the purpose of their life to be becoming a
A good writer,
good writer, or maybe to be becoming a good painter,
yeah,
or something like this, or to be doing
freelancer, content.
something good in web designing.
Mm-hmm.
Now we
Even
don't
programming is
even
also.
now I ask myself, I have never done any designing,
Mm-hmm.
and it takes me 2 minutes to just make my pamphlet ever ready,
Yes.
right? Just with the help of ChatGPT, I just give them certain prompts, and the ChatGPT within 1 or 2 minutes, it gives me some catchy, pamphlets or the
Mm.
thumbnails of the YouTube.
And it would take hours and hours for a person to design.
Obviously. So, purposes and the objectives of life are basically subject to the social conditions that what we have to understand, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing which we need to understand that we should never ever relate our passion with the money that it basically it earns, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your passion for work is never connected to the amount of money you basically receive and
Mm-hmm.
obtain from that profile or
Mm-hmm.
from that passion. Because the time you do this connection, or you make this connection between your passion and the money from the passion,
Mm-hmm.
I think it becomes then very difficult to basically go along with this passion. And once your passion dies, just because of this very notion that money is not sufficiently acquired through that passion, maybe you don't give much priority to money, but just because of the societal pressure on you is so much massive, then you start thinking in that way. And thereafter comes a problem in your life. So the first thing that the candidate or the youth should do in this, that they must not associate, and they should not try to make an affiliation between your passion and the money
Mm-hmm.
that the passion drives, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both are all separate things, because your passion is for your peace.
Mm-hmm.
Passion is your for peace,
For
right?
happiness.
For your happiness. Yes, your job might be for certain. Now, it is your, fortune, it is your luck that if you get the passion, and the passion in return gives you the amount of money that you really expect, then
Mm-hmm.
it would definitely be an icing on the cake for you. But
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't really, it's really not possible in most of the cases, right? Especially
Mm-hmm.
at this point
Yes.
of time.
Yes.
So the first thing which I really just said it, that we need to make a clear distinction between your passion and the money that your passion drives in, because both are different things. And the second, but not the least thing, is that see, whenever we want to you know seek for a certain job, I think that should be right from within. I mean, this
Mm-hmm.
very this very
It should be an inner
cry for the
call.
job must be from your inner self.
Yeah, it
It
should
should
be your
not
inner
be,
call. Inner
yes,
call.
it should not be just a resultant of someone has
Someone's
imposed on
imposition.
you.
Yes.
Yes, so I think this much of clarity must
Mm.
be really at least uh, showcased by at least in an average candidate.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to say.
Mm. So you simply want to say that getting a dream job is possible if you are, result oriented. And how can a person become result oriented? Say you have to work hard. There is no there
Mm.
is no shortcut. Actually, I don't believe in quick fixes, right? And you have to move in the right direction, right? He should not be moving in the direction which somebody else is, has chosen. You should have your own direction. You should have your own likings and your dislikes. That has to be there. And one more thing, you have to devote yourself
Mm.
to
Correct.
whatever you're doing.
Right.
Otherwise, you'll find that your interest is flagging then, right? And if you want your interest to be intact, if you don't want it to flag, then you have to have your heart in
Right.
whatever you're doing, right? So, and yes, once you suffer any setback, it doesn't mean that you will never become, or you will become successful, or you'll never be able to get yourself and that dream job. It is possible, because that setback can be turned into a learning lesson, right? And once you have learned something, then you can start putting into practice, and then you will definitely become
Right.
you will become a person who is living a life and who's doing a job which is a dream job, right?
Right.
So this is possible only when you follow certain steps which we have discussed. And again, you have to be very much uh, confident that you are able to do that. Otherwise, everything you've done will go down the toilet, right?
Right.
So I don't really believe in quick fixes.
Mm.
I don't believe in those shortcuts and all. They might have worked for somebody, but they'll not work
Mm.
always. They can work once or twice, but not
Right.
forever, right? So if you want to land yourself a good job, you have to follow these steps, and then you'll see the results, because we're not talking about what we have read in the books. We are talking about what we have done in our
Right.
lives.
Right.
And I've also worked with the organizations for almost 15 years, and you've also done the same thing, right? And so whatever we have talked about, that is based on the experience that
Right.
we have had so far, right? So with this, I'm taking a leave, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.
Yeah.